I think I adjusted my headset volume to blow my brains out level. But at any rate, hello and good morning. Let me get down here and turn it down a little bit. I thought, why am I hearing bleed through and stuff? Well, that's what happens when you turn the volume up so loud. You can hear things that were
Crickets.
said. You can hear things that were said 10,000 years ago on this. Welcome to the award-won again Will Time Card Talk Show. I don't know why we would win any awards the way we start off this show. Just ahead, we talk to auctioneer Yvette Vanderbrink. Also, I'll give you my thoughts on driving the Kia Niro. Mr. Zekin over here next to me has the Motor Minute. In this segment of the Will Time Card Talk Show, howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. So glad that you could join us. I also got the fan blowing on me because I'm a little hot.
Yeah.
But all the boys say that.
But not the girls.
But not the girls, yeah. Yeah, they never did. Anyway, so good to have you with us on this Saturday. It's going to be another hot one here in Houston, Texas. And we're kind of done with this, but we've got at least another couple of months to go, so we're hanging in
Supposed
there.
to get some rain this afternoon.
Yeah. So we have an auctioneer by the name of Yvette Vanderbrink, Vanderbrink Auctions. And let's just pull her up right now, shall we? And say hello to Yvette. Yvette, good morning.
Hi, how are you doing?
Well, I think we're doing okay. Let me stop my eardrums from bleeding, and I'll be much better after the volume mishap I just had. But Yvette, we wanted to talk to you. We pretty much gave everybody everything that was going on the auction that you had last week. But one thing that struck me is the fact that you are a different kind of auctioneer. This is not Mecum or any of the other big names, but you have some very unique auctions. A lot of the stuff is on site, a lot of barn finds. So tell us how you got, first of all, into the auction business.
Well, it's kind of a crazy story, actually.
Well, that fits right in with our show.
So I grew up in the car world. My dad was a collector. Our family were dairy farmers in South Dakota. And my dad, to make extra money, would restore vehicles, but mainly pickups for farmers and area farmers. And he realized that people really wanted them, and he didn't have enough time to make them for everybody, so he started selling rebuilders. And that was the start of Nordstrom's Auto Recycling, which is one of the biggest salvage yards in the United States. And it's a late model yard. My brother runs it now. And so we were around racetracks all the time and all that. But anyway, I worked at a hospital, believe it, before I started auctioneering. And they changed shifts on us. I had little kids, and I had to think of something different. And I thought about auction school after high school, but there's no women doing that. And so I was driving to work one night, thought about it, and filled out the paperwork, talked to one of the old boys down by me, and didn't tell anybody else that I was looking at it, and shoved the papers in my cupboard in my kitchen and forgot about them. About half a year later, my mom goes, "Are you going to go to church tomorrow?" And we go to one of the open Bible churches in Texas. You're probably familiar with them. I think you could be naked, jump around, eat a Snickers, and nobody's going to bother you.
We're on our way after the show doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, we went, and there was a prophetic minister there, Tom Stammen, and he called people up by their hair color or their shirt color, and he called me up, and he goes, "Are you going to listen to me?" And I said, "I don't even know who you are." And he goes, "How come you haven't sent those school papers in your kitchen?" And I said, "What?" And he goes, "This is how you're going to help people. It's going to be extremely hard, but it'll work." And that was 25 years ago.
Nice. What a great story that is.
That's a really shortened story.
Yeah, no, I got it, but that gives us some real insight into you. So what was your first auction? Do you remember it?
Yes, I do. I went down to Tyndall, South Dakota to actually buy a D John Deere because my husband and I did old tractors. So I actually went down to buy a D John Deere for him. He's downstairs. And I wound up coming back with the auction instead of buying the tractor. And I told him he could buy it on the sale, and he never got it.
Well, you pulled the tractor right out from underneath him, so to speak.
But anyway, it was in Tyndall, South Dakota, and it was the Saturday after 9/11.
Oh
wow.
my, yeah, little
And so a
distraction
lot
there.
of people weren't flying.
Right.
And that was my first auction. And so we adapted. My seller said we're going, and we had a huge crowd, and it was a big success.
Well-
and then after that, word of mouth got on that we were doing something different. I was using a lot of tech. Back then, it was dial-up and chat rooms.
Oh yeah.
And yes, the internet was brand new. And so we were doing advertising nationally. I was using chat rooms. I was using different things to get word out about these auctions. And I remember in that sale, I remember an old guy saying, "Did you see that? There's Florida plates here." So I knew I was doing my job.
Yeah.
And word of mouth came around that we were doing things different. We were getting the money. And I worked with some very unique customers. And anyway, it kept going from there. And then in 05, we went out of state, out of the Midwest for the first time, went to Ohio, did a huge old Ford auction, and just kept going from there.
So it's
but
not-
it was hard. The first 2 years I had a stalker, and we had to handle
Oh my
that.
God!
It
Well,
was
there's
interesting.
always that.
Well, being a lady in the car world, some of them good old boys, they don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
I had one guy say, "Hey, honey, why don't you make me a sandwich and let the boys do it?" I took his number away and
God,
ripped
what,
it up.
what a line! Remind me
Yeah.
not to use that line.
Yeah, no, you don't want to do that.
Yeah. Are the auctions were they? And I assume that some of them still are farming kind of auctions. No, they're
No.
not. No.
No, I always did the old cars and old tractors, old motorcycles.
Yeah.
And then we do sell farm ground in the Midwest.
Now we had pictures of your auction last week. Excuse me. It's a pretty big open field, and you have the vehicles like categorized by year, make, model. How does that work?
So I worked this last one we just got done. I've been working on for a year, and it was a family in Montana. It was grandpa's stuff, dad's stuff, 3 generations, and it was in 8 locations, and we had 604 lots.
Wow.
Which was 604 vehicles and tractors. And so we first had to get the legal stuff done, and then moved everything to their farm or their ranch and lined it up on 2 farms. And because of the location, this is where technology is so good. We had no cell phone, no electricity. If it rained, you couldn't get in or out sometimes. We had antelope, no services, and no radio, no walkie-talkie would even work. So we wound up doing it online only, ran it for 20 days. We marketed it for about a year, and it was a big success, and now we're loading out.
Let me ask
And
you
it
something. How do you get
rains.
those great big fire trucks out on the farm in the middle of nowhere?
They had the equipment to get when they bought that stuff, they had lowboys and flatbeds, and sometimes they drove and then they parked them.
Well, how did it get in the auction? I mean, this is a area of the United States that if you'd not told me where this was, the highway that it was on, I would have never known. So this guy, this family, collected these things, but
Yeah.
they didn't collect those fire trucks from out there in the countryside.
Actually, they did.
No.
Yes. So out here, it's so remote, and I witnessed this firsthand. Most of the ranchers out here have their own fire equipment because the nearest fire station is hour to hour and a half away at times, or it's all volunteers. So almost all the ranchers in the area have some type of fire equipment. But the old ones we had, they searched out and bought those, and they came from East Coast, all over.
Yeah.
But the ranchers out in Montana actually do have their own fire equipment.
That's
and
interesting.
I watched it.
Yeah. Well, I have
We
to
had
tell you that
a fire when
to
I was
that
out
end,
there.
it's like a lot of the petroleum companies and the refineries down here. They have their own fire department within the facility,
Right.
And that sounds very similar. That whole kind of thing. Well, let's move on and talk about the upcoming
Sure.
auction that you have.
Oh, well, next Saturday, August 9th, we're going to be down in Hebron, Nebraska, and for the Lambert family. And her husband passed away from cancer. And before he died, he told her to call me. And I don't know who he is, but anyway, so I went down there and met her. And they have about 40 vehicles, grandkids. Before he died, the grandkids and his kids got to keep one. And he personally went with them and they picked them out. So these are all the vehicles that we are selling. And they are everything from 58 Plymouth Savoy, Christine type car to Mustangs to Model A's. And they all run and drive a little bit different than usual. And we're going to be selling them in Nebraska.
So what? Don just bought a fire truck from you, okay, and it's out
Don did?
out in the field. Does he have a certain amount of time to remove that vehicle? Is
Yes.
payment done online, and then he's got to get a trailer, or do you have folks that will remove it for him?
No. No, they're on your own.
Not only no, but hell no. We're not
Hell
getting.
no.
We're not getting in the
I
removal
give them phone
business.
numbers for trucking companies, and it is up to the buyer to come and remove their items. So right now it rained. It's kind of a mess. That's what's going on over there, and we'll be loading out for the next 2 weeks
2 weeks.
So there's a little bit of room in there if
on this one.
on this one.
Usually, like on the one coming up, they have 7 to 10 days because trucking is very difficult to get right now.
Is that your switchboard ringing over there?
That's guys that are saying it's muddy and they can't get in or they're stuck.
And they're all waiting to talk to you, and here you are on.
And I'm 14 hours away.
Yeah, exactly. What do you want me to do? Wave the
Well,
weatherman
we
wand?
don't have cell phone out there, so I'm their coordinator.
I got you. I
okay.
got you. Well, that's interesting. So most of your auctions are like this one, the one that you had, and the one that you got coming up.
So I kind of got to be known for doing barn finds. So a lot of the auctioneers that are sellers that I knew were guys that hoarded or bought a lot of stuff. And a lot of auctioneers had no idea what to do with this stuff, and they saw what we were doing, so I would get referrals, or they would call me, and we kind of had a recipe for making these work. And, it's interesting is a lot of them were widows, or some of them were older guys that it was time to sell. They were getting pressured from their families because they didn't want to deal with it after they died.
Sure.
And so I'd go in, kind of tell them what they got, what to do, what we needed to do. And I'm a live auctioneer. I was there before internet,
Right.
And so we like to do them simulcast, but at time, which is live and online. But a lot of times the location won't allow us to do it like Montana, or that's not a huge amount of cars, for example, like 15 or so, but they're still desirable. It gives us an avenue to sell them to the world, and we'll do them online only.
Do you have a lot of regular customers that buy from you?
Oh yeah. I get
Yeah.
a lot of
So you're kind,
hats,
you're
hugs,
you're
scraps,
kind of like
yeah.
their agent.
drug dealer.
Oh my!
Yeah, that's it.
It's an addiction.
Well,
It's
of course it
not
is.
an agent.
Yeah,
It's
well,
an addiction.
That's why we're doing this show, because we're addicted to cars just like you are, and we
You know,
thought,
the
well,
thing of it is they're easier to come home than they are to leave. And so that's how this hoarder situation happens. It's all in the hunt, where guys find that 59 Chevy or they find this and they bring it home and it never leaves.
Yeah, I'm going to do something with this one of these days. It's just got to get up to it and get to that point.
but I've got
That's
it.
exactly right. I'm going to fix it sometime.
That's
We have
right.
a lot of sometimes at our house.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's part of the thrill of going. You do the hunt, you got whatever it is that you've been looking for after all these years. You bring it home. Well, I got it. Yeah, well, getting to restore it or something, that's a whole nother thing. Let me get the farm hand over here to start working on that left front fender. Or let him start working
Right.
on that paint job. I
In
know
the
how
meantime,
that works.
I'm going to go look for more parts for it.
That's right.
Well,
And the parts turn
a
into
body
cars.
guy finds a body shop to restore things is quite expensive, and they're getting harder to find also.
Yeah.
If you,
Yeah.
You know, when you bring a project home, yeah, good thing the patina craze is so good, but to do one yourself, you know, it's time. You never, ever, ever get your time and money out of it. But, you know, it's just, it's all in the hunt. My dad was very much like that. He had 57 Chevys and 228 cars total by the time I did his sale.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I hope that he got to reap the rewards.
He did.
Good.
He did.
Good.
He's still alive and still
Still hunting?
buck-tooth cowboy hat.
Complaining that you
suspenders,
sold all
buying
his cars. Yeah.
So, Yvette, how do we find your website?
Vanderbrinkauctions.com. You can just Google Vanderbrink Auctions. The biggest thing is on social media is we have a big presence on social media, and you get to see me dirty and working all the time. And I do a lot of video to let people know what's going on, and that's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube channel. For
She's a
Vanderbrink Auctions.
TikToker.
She's
Man.
everywhere.
Oh my God! Look at you.
I tell you what, I did a big Impala sale back 3 years ago in Colorado, and TikTok is strong.
You know what's better than
And I
TikTok?
got most of my audience from TikTok.
You know what's better than TikTok?
What?
In wheel time.
In real time is better than TikTok. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's an interesting crowd, you know.
So are we.
Statistically, Facebook is your best marketing tool. The average age on Facebook is 45 and mostly male, believe it or not. And we target mainly to men. We do target to women. There's a lot of women in the hobby. I'm one of them. And, you know, I have cars myself. And I just actually got one. I haven't drove it. I'm really excited about.
And that is?
I got one from my dad finally. And it's a 63 Bel Air Post with 409 2.4s.
Oh
and
my
4s.
God! Well, did you have to pry that out of his hands?
Yes, I did.
Well, I can
And
understand.
I sold it to him at auction in 07. And then the motor has about a mile on it. He redid it. And I told him, he's got Corvettes. I don't know why, new ones. And he said, you can have one of them. And I said, no, I want Lloyd May's car back. So I went up there and we got talking, and now we have it home. And my husband got it running. It hadn't ran for about 15 years. I wish he would come up here. Hey, Vanderbrink!
Well,
But
I wish
anyway-
that we had a whole hour to
Yeah,
talk to you because you're very entertaining, Yvette. We got to go,
Yeah.
but listen, it's great to talk to you. And every
Sure.
time you make sure that we're on your mailing list so we know what's coming up, and we're going to stick you in the show every now and then.
Oh, that'd be fun. You know, I did that big Lambrick Chevrolet auction in 2013
Yes.
in Nebraska. And for the car dealer that kept his new cars, we should talk about that sometime.
Let's do it on our next conversation.
Appreciate
hopefully
it.
here in the next month or so.
All righty, I better
Thanks.
go find out what the heck he's doing.
Do that.
No,
Shame him.
He's too quiet.
Guilt him into it. Thanks again, Yvette. Just ahead, a review of the 2025 Kia Niro Hybrid and Jeff's Motor Minute after a quick break on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good. Apple or Android, In Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and jonesing for a different kind of car talk show, give In Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture and Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon, through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, and we know you love lists. Hey, the summer heat has us hiding inside the Sugar Shack studios, so we invite you. People are looking at your tail end. All right. So we invite you to join us for the live In Wheel Time Car Talk Show every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. InWheelTime.com is the place. YouTube and Facebook also carry this fine award-winning show. Time now for the Motor Minute. Jeffrey?
Here we go. Imagine you've owned and enjoyed a classic car for 20 years, then you find out the car you have might be the only one with the same VIN number. That's what happened to a Florida resident who found out there's another 1962 Chevrolet Corvette wearing the same VIN as his. He's suing and he wants a judge to decide which one is the real one. There's been a report that Mr. Dale Wilkinson bought a 62 C1 Corvette in 2006 when he lived in Massachusetts. The problem arose in 2022 when he moved to Florida and he wanted to register the car. The state of Florida says, no, you can't do that. You got a VIN number in Texas for the same kind of car. So he got a lawyer. He said that there was a couple that registered the car in Texas, got a new title after he told them theirs was fake. So they went ahead and redid that. So there's a judge that's going to determine based on the VIN tag. The expert says that this was made, the clone, they're calling it a clone, was made from an aluminum tag rather than a steel tag, and it used the incorrect font on that VIN tag. The clone was to have 1,283 miles on it on the odometer, which is extremely low for a car that could have had Social Security. So the one that this Mr. Wilkinson bought had 56,000 miles when he bought it in Massachusetts, so that was the legitimate one. The alleged fake was purchased by its owner at where? A Mecum auction in 2022. Mecum is not named in the suit, and they've insulated themselves from legality for inauthentic cars that run through the auction.
And let me tell you something. I know somebody that didn't have the correct tag in the right place,
Yep.
although the car was legit.
It was.
And Mecum would not take the car.
Well, they took this one.
I know, but what I'm saying to you is that they usually vet their cars very well, and there was a hidden VIN number apparently up into the fender, not the fender well, but the fender itself, that I wouldn't know that to look there, but apparently it was, and it didn't match. And so they said, nope, we're not doing it.
Yeah.
So what it is if you have a clone like that and you're trying to pass, you could lose like over $100,000 of the value. So this car was
I
worth
think
pretty
also,
much nothing.
If you got proof that you were doing it intentionally, which they bought it from an auction, so obviously they weren't. But
Yeah.
whoever put it in the auction, that's called.
Well, they may or
used to
may
be
not
called
have even
fraud.
known themselves.
It's called
But at some point, somebody knows. I'm
there's
just
a
saying,
word, dissolution of title or dis something of title. Falsifying it is what it is.
Time now for this hour's car review. I had a chance to drive the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 9. This is a completely all-new, full-size, 3-row SUV, and it's all electric. The Ioniq 9. Final assembly location, Ella Bell, Georgia, believe it or not. Available trim levels include the S, the SE, the SEL, the Performance Limited, the Performance Calligraphy, and the Calligraphy Design. Our vehicle was the all-wheel drive Performance Calligraphy. Very nice vehicle. It's a standard SUV, according to the government. We call it a full-size 3-row. This can have up to seating for 9, believe it or not. Wouldn't suggest that. Perhaps a couple of captain's chairs in the second row. I think that'd make it a lot more comfortable. Exterior changes from the last model year. Again, it's all new for 2026. Exterior features: horizontal elements across all front fascia surfaces. It's a minimalist design. The side view, same thing, minimalist design. Tall taillights that bookend a very large rear hatch door. All the lighting in the rear has a digital nod, little squares. What I liked about it, high marks for overall design. It makes it unique. It's very good looking, and if you like to be unique on the block, this is your vehicle. What could use improvement? Nothing. Love it. Interior highlights include a spacious, comfortable interior with conservative colors. Love the shift stalk with start-stop button included on that. Elongated and integrated infotainment screen that includes the instrument cluster. I don't know why they haven't done this before. The 6-passenger versions with the second row captain's chairs can be had with a reclining feature that almost looks like a bed. It folds so flat, and it has footrests in it too. This is luxury all the way. Cargo room, plentiful. What I liked? Different configurations to customize it to your tastes with all of those available trim levels. What could use improvement? I put a question mark on that because I really don't know. This kind of does it all. Engine, well, it's all electric, as I mentioned, 422 horsepower. That's the top of the line. It does, on the entry level, come with a lot less horsepower. You can get that, and of course, at a much reduced rate. 335 miles of range with 516 pound-feet of torque. That's a lot, but let's not forget it's heavy. It weighs 3 tons. I told you electric, and it's all-wheel drive. Tow rating, 5,000 pounds. Not bad for an electric, but you know that really zaps the energy if you're towing something. Miles per gallon MPG rating is 91 city and 79 on the highway. It's smooth and it's powerful. What could use improvement? Well, I spent $49 for about 20 minutes at the high-end charging station from 20% to 80%, and it cost me $49. Wow, it was the Shell recharge station in Sugar Land, and they are proud of their electricity. Ride and handling? Smoothness, like a big limo. What could use improvement? More range, I think, would be nice. I'm sure they're working on that. The base trim price is $74,990. Remember, this is kind of top-of-the-line stuff here. Prices tested $77,540. Base model price, $58,955. Competitors include the Kia EV9, which is really its cousin. It starts at $54,900, so the Kia is a bit less expensive than the Hyundai. The VW ID Bus, I kind of threw this in there, but it is electric and it seats lots of folks. That's $59,995 starting point. And the BMW iX, xDrive 45, is up there at $75,150 for a starting point. Well, that's my review of the 2026 all-new Hyundai Ioniq 9 all-electric SUV, full-size, 3-row. Hey, if you'd like to get in touch with us, shoot us an email. The address, info@inwheeltime.com. Back after this. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, the Odyssey Radio app, YouTube, Facebook, and just about every other entertainment source out there, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including Jeff's Car Culture, the latest new cars, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's InWheelTime.com. Join us. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website.
Podcasts are available on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.
From the fabuloso HEMI Hideout in Brookshire, Texas, USA, it's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, the Hovis Mopar collection, and you have not seen all of them.
Nope.
And we're about to show them to you. Jeff has the cruise in and events calendars, and I'll bring you the stories making automotive news headlines this week. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekins sometimes. Our chief engineer, David Ainsley, has decided to join us today. Usually he's sleeping in at this hour of the day. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us. It's been a whirlwind of chaos here
Yeah, it has.
at the In Wheel Time show booth.
We're going to blame it on the weather.
Are we set up to do?
It was raining.
Are we set up to do video pictures that
Yeah,
we can show
that's what I'm doing
everybody?
right now. What do you want to do?
Well, we start with one. How's that?
Let's see if I can pull that puppy up.
Okay. Are you ready? So John, started this. He was 18 years of age in 1970, so he's got a special place in his heart for 70 model cars. Okay. So our first car today that we're going to discuss is the 1970 Dodge Super Bee in the collection. Is it in here today? I don't know as if it is or not. I see a yellow car over there, but it may or may not be it. Anyway,
It's back there.
it's called banana yellow exterior with a black interior. This has a 440 six-pack, 440 cubic inch V8, 3 two-barrel carburetors, and the N96, not mask, but hood scoop. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Torque Flight automatic transmission. Power steering and AC. Power front disc brakes. And here's the real clincher on this car. It's a numbers matching, one of only 599 built. That's pretty cool.
Yes,
Numbers
it
matching,
is.
one of 599. So congratulations, John. I know that he put a lot of thought in his collection when he was buying all of these back in the day. Before this place was built, he had the collection in a barn here on the property. Well, this has taken place of the barn, although I understand that the barn is still in use because not all the cars are inside the hideout to make room for people, tables, chairs, and that sort of stuff. Okay, next up on the list is the 1970 Plymouth Superbird.
Woo-hoo.
Now, this one kind of changed the landscape of NASCAR because it's got that big, weird nose on the front of it and that great big, sticks way above the roof line, rear spoiler on it, along with plenty of power and everything. If you see this car in person, you go, man, that's really weird looking. But boy, I'll tell you what, it certainly got the attention of NASCAR
Oh, it
because
did,
it
yeah.
won all of the races that it was in. It was truly amazing. And then they banned it.
Yeah, they banned it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They tried to make some changes to
Accommodate it, but
Yeah.
no.
didn't happen.
And then it was kind of like the very first car that really worked on the aerodynamics of the cars. And that really changed the landscape of NASCAR.
It did.
The cars didn't look like that after they banned the car, clearly, but they started working about, windshield rake, the nose going into the wind at 200 miles an hour. It changed the landscape. And let's not forget the rear deck lid spoiler on the thing. And that thing's adjustable?
Yeah, you can also sit on it. It holds the weight of a human. Well,
It holds
some
the weight.
humans.
It holds the weight of a very small blonde in a bikini. I've seen that, but
I was-
I haven't seen anybody like
So
Don
it's-
sit up there.
It's not
That was
mother-in-law.
me in that bikini. You just didn't
It
recognize
must
me
have
at
been
the time.
younger. It must have been younger you.
It was a
It's
younger
not mother-in-law proof.
So here's the specs on this. 440 cubic inch V8, 390 horsepower, 3 two-barrel carburetors, Torque Flight automatic transmission, power steering, power front disc brakes. Numbers matching, John's the second owner. One of only 277 440 six-pack Superbirds. There were a total of 1,840 Superbirds made, one for every dealership in America.
Wow.
That's how they did it. Because
that was the NASCAR rule at the time.
Well, it was a NASCAR
Right.
rule that you had to build 500, and they decided that we're going to give one to every dealership.
Well, I thought NASCAR told them they had to.
At 500. There's always 500 cars. Back in the day,
Yeah.
that was the deal for any kind of car. You had to build 500 of them. That's why the old saying about, race on Sunday, sell on Monday.
True.
There you go.
Yep.
All right. Next up is the 1971 Plymouth Cuda. Now, this is John's favorite car. He's told me that. I don't know whether it still is, but I would imagine it would be. If you've ever heard this car run, you go, yeah, I kind of get it. It's painted sublime. Get it? Sublime?
Mm-hmm.
Sublime, pearl green exterior with a black interior. And here's the real kicker. 528 cubic inch all aluminum HEMI V8 with 739 horsepower. One 4-barrel carburetor underneath the shaker hood scoop. And a 5-speed manual transmission with the pistol grip shifter.
I have a picture of Kathy and I standing in front of this car from years ago. Probably from...
that was the first car that we took to
Autorama.
Autorama.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's right over here. I got the picture on the wall. Kathy and I standing in front of it. We're all dressed to the nines.
And it got all the looks.
Yep. No, we did.
Oh, I'm sorry. They were looking at the car to get to me.
Yeah.
Narrowed 4-link rear end, power R&P steering, and AC, power 4-wheel disc brakes. Pro Street, RMS, altercation front end with coilover shocks and 22-inch wide rear tires. It's tubbed.
Yeah.
That's the car that's tubbed in here.
Doesn't have an LS. It's got a Hemi.
It's got a Hemi in
That
it.
thing got a Hemi in it, Mike?
Got an aluminum Henny.
And by the way, if I didn't tell you already, hey, thanks for joining us today on the N-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. We're coming to you today from inside the HEMI Hideout. Open house, $10 gets you in. No children under 12, come on out. The money that you spend per person goes to charitable causes because it's doubled up by John. So you pay the 10, he'll give you 20 for the charity. All right. Next up is the 1937 Plymouth pickup truck.
Wow.
Green exterior and tan leather and
That
suede
was the year
interior.
he was born.
360
Came
cubic
home in
inch
that car.
V8, 255 horsepower, electronic fuel injection, torque flight automatic transmission, low car floor shifter, power R&P, steering, and AC. Is R&P, is that a company?
I believe it is.
I believe it is.
Okay. Front power disc brakes, all steel, custom built street rod. Mustang 2 front suspension. Plymouth was the last company to build pickups and the first to stop building pickups.
Yeah. Look at the airbag sensor on the front. The bumper.
Yeah. I don't think that's what that is.
Can I point something out with this?
Yeah.
The folks that are watching this on the broadcast, look at all the background behind these vehicles. Look at the walls with all the neon and all the pictures and all the memorabilia. That's the real show there as well.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because once John had the collection put in place, then he goes, I sure do like those signs.
Yeah.
He started filling up the HEMI Hideout with signs, which you'll be able to see throughout the broadcast today. Okay, next up, the 1969 Dodge Coronet RT.
Right
Yeah,
there.
it's sitting
right
right
next
here.
door to us.
Yeah, it's right there, over to the left.
And I'll have to apologize to John because I keep drooling on it.
Is that what those stains are?
Yeah, sorry.
So white exterior with a black bumblebee stripe and a black interior. 528 cubic inch HEMI V8, 650 horsepower.
Nice.
3 2-barrel carburetors. Have you ever tried to tune a multi-carbureted car?
I've never driven one.
It is a real pain, I can tell you that. You got to have an airflow meter that you stick on top of the carburetor to see what
How
kind
much
of air it's
is
pulling in.
pulling in.
And that's only the air side of it. Then you got to fiddle with it to get the
Jet
gasoline
side,
side.
Yeah.
3 2-barrel carburetors, lift-off fiberglass hood, torque flight automatic transmission, power steering, power 4-wheel disc brakes. Originally a 440 4-barrel, one of only 99 built.
Wow.
RMS altercation front end with coilover shocks. That,
Only 99
And it, by the
built.
way, I failed to mention it's a convertible too.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah,
one bad
that's-
to the bone car.
And it's
I've
just
only
incredible.
seen one other, and it was the same thing. They took a 440 Cornet and put a Hemi in it, but it was a convertible, red, black. I mean, it was.
It's what they call a resto mod today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
See, that's what
Nice
you need,
car.
Don. Plus, it's a rag top. I mean, not necessarily a rag top, but you need something like that.
There are plenty of cars
Well-
in the collection in here, and the one that I want is the one that's next to it.
All right.
But we'll get to that. All right. Let me just check and see where we are here on
the
time.
timeage?
Yeah, 10-4, we're doing fine. All right. Next up is the 1970 Dodge Challenger RT
Hubba.
Pink Panther exterior.
See, that's one I would have thought Don would win after.
Yeah. Bubblegum. Yeah, Barbie.
Yeah. You know, I just don't have the matching pumps for that one, but I'll find
Oh,
them
red-
somewhere.
red
Black
contrast,
interior, 500 cubic inch, all aluminum V8, 690 horsepower.
Wow, yeah.
3 two-barrel carburetors. John is really into that.
3
that-
two-barrel,
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
The plus
what they
six.
call the six
plus-
pack.
yeah.
Shaker hood scoop, 4-speed manual transmission, pistol grip shifter, power steering and AC, power front disc brakes. One of only 5 pink striped Challengers. Originally a 446 pack custom RMS altercation front suspension.
Wow.
He's like me. I like those Resto mods.
Yeah, I do too.
Don't get me wrong. I appreciate numbers matching original cars. I got that. But I'm drawn to the Resto mods.
Well, sometimes you can't have all that, and you want the vehicle, but you didn't find the car with all of the numbers matching, so you got to adapt.
Yeah, but I want to drive it.
Yeah,
a
exactly.
numbers car to me, a matching, like if that was a matching car, I'd be hard pressed to drive it very much on the street, just because, the value of it. Some little old lady run a red light or something and T-bone it.
That happens all the time.
Well, I know it. That's the reason I wouldn't. But a Resto mod, it's not quite
Jackie
as bad.
Hanson's Nova.
There's a good example.
Yeah, beautiful car. Left a car show. Somebody ran into it.
Yeah.
Popped the whole front end of it.
Yep.
It was bad. Okay, up next. In 1966, Plymouth Belvedere.
Oh yeah.
Bright red exterior, black interior, 426 cubic inch, HEMI Hideout, 425
That's nice.
horsepower, dual 4-barrel carburetors. dual 4 barrels. Oh my God.
Good thing gas
4-speed
is going
manual
down.
transmission, 10,000-mile unrestored car, numbers matching, 2-owner original, one of only 284 built. Now that's a rare car.
That's a rare car.
Yes. Yeah.
10,000 miles on it.
4 barrels.
Unrestored.
2 4
There
barrels.
it is. 4 barrels. Okay.
Wait a minute. You couldn't fit the third one in there?
I guess not. They got the wedge in there, I guess.
Oh my.
Anyway, coming up next, we have the Plymouth 1937 Plymouth Coupe.
That's right there too.
Yep.
9-color chameleon color shifting exterior with a gray interior. This one has a supercharged HEMI V8, turning out 800 horsepower through a 671 blower and dual 4-barrel carburetors. God. Torque flight automatic transmission, ratchet shifter. I don't even know how you would drive that.
That'd be a first car for a college student.
Oh, yeah. For about 5 minutes until they put it into a
Go
tree.
down the road.
Ratchet shifter, power R&P steering and AC, and power front disc brakes. Custom built Pro Street Mustang 2 front suspension, narrowed rear with coilovers. Narrowed rear meaning it's got
Tubbed.
It's tubbed.
Yeah.
Got some big meat under there.
That's yep.
Wagyu. Now, up next, I love this thing. A 1947 Dodge Power Wagon.
It could be an in-wheel time machine.
It could be. This thing is so fine. I can't even begin to tell you. And to open and close the door, you go, oh my God, it's a Norge refrigerator. I mean, it is solid, man.
Yeah.
Green and black exterior with black interior. And this is another part that I really like about it. 230 cubic inch flathead 6-cylinder. 94 horsepower.
Yeah.
4-speed manual transmission. Now, my guess is it probably has that granny first in it.
Yeah.
4-wheel drive, fully restored, 2-time National Power Wagon Nationals
Whoa.
Best in Show winner, scored 996 points out of 1,000.
Amazing.
That truck is truly an amazing thing. Yeah. And It's beautiful.
Go down to the feed store and put some grain in there.
Don't put anything. Don't touch it.
Don't touch it.
And if you're going to ride in it, put some of this spandex pants on because I don't want you scratching the interior.
Oh, again?
Again. Okay. Up next, we've got the 1970 Plymouth Roadrunner
Another convertible.
in violet. Is it violet? Can you tell?
Kind of.
Doesn't look
Because
like
the pink
pilot.
one's next to it.
All right. Well, I don't
Looks
know.
almost
Are these in
orange
order?
the
I mean,
Whatever.
This is good.
Exterior with a white interior, 440 cubic inch V8, 390 horsepower, 3 two-barrel carburetors again, air grabber hood, yeah, it's got that. Torque flight automatic transmission, power steering, power front disc brakes. Numbers matching. One of 34 convertibles made with this engine combo, and only 2 of those were in this color combination.
Wow.
Stolen and then recovered after 25 years underwater on a river bottom.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because you
That's
know,
a story.
You know, yeah. Because you know what that would look like once you pulled it out of there after 25 years. Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, come on.
Fresh water? Yeah, but if it doesn't have the air, and if it gets a good covering of silt on it, I really don't think. If you look at some of them they pulled out when they find these bodies and stuff.
You know what happens when you die?
You don't live
Not
anymore.
yet.
Yeah. Well, you probably just kind of melt away into nothing, and that's what that would be.
I'm going to be stuffed.
Stuffed,
Yeah, I'm going to
good.
be stuffed.
Yeah, John's got a place right over there in
Well,
the
yeah, I'm
corner.
going to be behind the steering wheel.
All right. Last car for this segment because we're going to carry it over to the top of the next hour when John can join us. This is a 1970 Super Bee Go Mango exterior with black bumblebee stripe with black interior. 426 cubic inch HEMI V8. You notice he doesn't give any miles per gallon on this.
No.
425
smiles per
his smiles, yeah. 425 horsepower, dual 4 barrels, carburetors, N96 Ram Air hood, torque flight automatic transmission, power steering, power front disc brakes. Numbers matching original. Get this. One of only 32 engine color combos made.
Wow.
Only 4 known to still exist in the Chrysler registry.
And this one is one of them.
That's it.
Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've got more, and we're going to get to those after a break. No, we're not. We're going to pause the run through on these.
Okay, what number is this one?
The one that's coming up. The one that's coming up will be car number 12.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to get out of this for now.
We're going to get out of this for now because we need to take a quick break here, and we're going to some other stuff we've got to get done, including the cruise in and events calendars and the headlines. Okay. Hey, we hope you're going to join us on the Hot Rod Tour of Texas. More of that coming up. Jeff has the cruise in and events calendars coming up, and I'll have the stories making automotive news headlines this week. Thanks for joining us on the award-winning In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show, coming to you today from the HEMI Hideout in Brookshire, Texas. We'll be back after this break.
You've waited all winter, and it's finally here. The Tailpipes and Tacos Spring Cruise In. It's been a while, but the popular Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In returns to the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, Saturday, April 19th. Make any donation to Shirley's Kids and get a free breakfast taco. There'll be mimosas and Bloody Marys, too. Get to the best cruise in of the year. Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday, April 19th, 8 to 11 a.m. Cruise in, make a donation of any amount, and grab a free Loopy Tortilla breakfast taco. Tailpipes and Tacos only happens at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, 703 West Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of the Katy Freeway. Join the car camaraderie, and your car will automatically compete for one of 3 Chili Pepper trophies at no charge. Spring is here, and what better way to celebrate than with a free taco at Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday, April 19th, 8 to 11 a.m. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there too. We hope to see you then. Come on out. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com.
Okay. Hey, I want to remind you again about the upcoming Hot Rod Tour of Texas. We're going to go on it, and we'll be broadcasting on the Saturday of April 26th from the Spindle Tap Brewery right here in Houston up on the city's north side. I bet you've never heard of it. I bet you've never been there. We invite you to join us. It's a very different place in a bizarre location that you'd never guess in a million years, but it's really a cool place. That's a real honest-to-God brewery. And you're going to love it. I promise you that. Thanks for joining us today here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Time now for the Cruise In and Events calendars. Jeffrey?
We sponsored by anybody?
No.
Okay, just making sure. We've got next weekend Wharton Cruise Nights. This is
you can sponsor us though if you'd like.
Okay, well, I'm sponsored by Need More Jeff. Saturday night, hang out with the old and new friends with their cars, bikes, trucks, all that good stuff. Bring a tricycle. They don't care. From 6 p.m. to whenever, it's the Wharton Cruise Night at Domino's Pizza, 309 East Bowling Highway in Wharton, Texas. Again, from 6 p.m. until whenever at the Domino's Pizza. Then you got Octane and Espresso. That's the Speed Advocates will be hosting this event. It's every second Sunday of every month at the Black Rifle Coffee Company in Copperfield, Texas, 7086 Highway 6 North. And then we've got one next weekend. We're supposed to have some Mustang people here. Got a Mustang event going on next week again. Snakes and Stangs, all Ford cars.
Snakes and Stangs. You got to say that. You got to say that with a little bit of a drawl.
I think David could do that. David's got a Snakes and Stangs.
That's it.
Have you seen David's Snakes and
Stangs?
Anyways, that's from 5 to 9. Tailgate party at the Hallmark University. It's a car show. It is in, where is that one going on? It's in the Hill Country. It's in San Antonio. So if you're going to go out there, it's a poker run. They've got all kinds of stuff, People's Choice Awards, kids event, and all that good stuff. Mike sent me this one, 21st Annual Corvettes and Crawfish. Mike, you want to take that one?
Well, that's AJ Lupo, the Corvette Club down.
Lupo?
Not Lupo. Lupo's my neighbor.
It's Loop.
Loop. Yeah. And this is benefiting Texas EquiSearch. They do this twice a year. This spring happens to be their crawfish event.
What day is this?
This is on next Saturday, the 12th.
Yeah, Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, it's coming up pretty quick. So it's only 7 days out. So be sure to check it out. And it's a good event. It has lots of fun. We went down there here recently.
Good.
And it's a Space City Corvette Club on Facebook and on the internet, and you can find out more information there.
Okay.
All right, time now. I want to get some of the news stories in, and obviously the one that the elephant in the room, so to speak.
Oh, that's a Mopar elephant.
So
there you
get
go.
it?
I got
Yeah.
the elephant in
Well,
the room.
President Donald Trump has imposed a 25% tariff on imported vehicles. In all likelihood, consumers will not see a 25% hike. That's because of complex factors, including the amount of non-U.S. content in each vehicle, automaker calculus, dealer decision-making and loan agreements. Cox Automotive, for example, predicts a 2.8% year-over-year increase in wholesale vehicle prices in 2025. Black Book projects a 5% increase in the average transaction price this year. Morgan Stanley predicts the tariffs will boost the average price of a vehicle by 11 or 12%. So don't panic. Be calm.
Be happy.
Hang on, man.
Be happy.
Go crazy.
Well,
Don't worry.
The projections recognize that the tariff is not applied to the manufacturer's suggested retail price, and that the industry relies on sometimes labyrinth systems to calculate the vehicle's cost. The price of the vehicle is determined using a cocktail of market research, bills of materials, financial agreements, institution, and other elements. Even more variability enters the picture in the dealership lot, where prices vary widely by region, timing, personal relationships, and the way buyers settle up with the retailer, a separate business from the automaker. Are you following all of this? We talked about this with our guest last week.
Yeah. It sounds like a bunch of lawyers sitting
So
around
automakers export vehicles from the foreign facilities and calculate the transaction value of the import U.S. Customs and Border Protection defines the transaction value as, quote, the price actually paid or payable for the merchandise when sold for exportation to the United States, end quote. Plus packing costs, commission, royalties or license fees or resale proceeds that go to the seller. Importers have to explain the declared transaction value to the government. Even if an actual sale does not take place, as in the case of foreign automakers with domestic subsidiaries, companies follow rules from the Treasury to calculate the transaction value of goods going across the border. The rules rely on a principle that transactions be valued as if two unrelated entities were involved. For vehicles imported from outside of Canada and Mexico, the automakers, who are the importers, will be paying the government 25% of the total transaction value. For imports from Canada and Mexico, which are captured by the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, I know you've heard about that, automakers will be given the opportunity to certify their U.S. content and systems will be implemented such as that 25% tariff. It will only apply to the value of their non-U.S. content, according to Trump's March 26th executive offer.
Sheesh.
Like I said last week, it's not just 25%. You can't do it that way. That's why I said to you about these guesses as to how much the price of a car is going to go up. 2.8%, 5%, 11 or 12%, not the 25. Because cars aren't made like they used from our era.
You're right.
You know, all of this stuff wasn't produced here in the United States. Even cars that are actually assembled here in the United States, they get glass.
Yeah.
It's
really just assemblies.
That's correct. Actually, there's only one. The Toyota Corolla, which I'm driving out there, is built in Mississippi, and the panels, the body panels, are actually stamped at that assembly facility. That's the only one that I know of. Because usually the body panels are stamped somewhere else, and then they get sent to the assembler.
A different kind of factory to do all that.
It's a bizarre labyrinth of stuff that you never know really what's going on. I've got more of this to tell you about. Automotive News put that together, and I thought that kind of really tries to explain it because it's difficult to understand.
Well, the good news is Jeff's got a camera going on the HEMI Hideout, so they got something to look at while we talk about all this
nastiness.
Yes.
Yeah, we just wanted to, give them a shot.
You don't have that isolated camera that's focused in on you?
No, we didn't bring it.
You forgot it?
Yeah, I left it at David's house.
David's house, where he's using it for other things. There is that. God.
Let me write down what time it is so we'll know what the FCC says.
At least it's not the FAA.
That's true.
True.
All right.
Or the CIA.
I've got lots of papers here. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
I've really been.
Every week you get more and more.
Well, I know.
What, are you
This
recycling
week-
or what?
Well, no. I wanted to do the HEMI Hideout cars.
Yeah.
And it was very stressful.
Yeah,
But I started working on this last Monday because not all of the cars show up on the HEMI Hideout website.
Right.
So
You had to contact the
Shelley
folks
had to
and-
come out here and take some pictures of the cars that are not in here today, but they're in the barn, in the other barn.
Oh.
Yeah. It's been a process,
Barnage.
I'm telling you.
Well, you did good.
Well,
Yeah,
the
that
show's
was
not
good.
over yet.
It was
know.
very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, don't
thank
mess
you.
it up.
I like it.
Well, I've already done that.
Coming up at the top
Hey,
of
we'd
the
love
hour.
to hear from you. Shoot us an email. The address here is info@inwheeltime.com. We are back after this quick break.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755.
Mecum Auctions, the world's largest collector car auction company, returns to Houston, April 3rd to the 5th at NRG Center. Join us for the fun, fast-paced, high-energy Mecum experience with 1,000 vehicles up for grabs. For avid collectors, first-time buyers, and enthusiasts of all ages, there's something for everyone. Bring home your dream car. Register to bid and buy spectator tickets now at Mecum.com.
This is your place for all things automotive, the award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Coming up, IHRA Division Director Doug Foley will talk about drag racing on a different note. Later, Jeff has the racing calendar, Mars has This Week in Auto History, and I'll get you caught up on the stories making automotive headlines. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong, our Chief Engineer David Ainsley, getting ready for his big trip up north.
Big trip.
Yeah, and he's going to be gone for a couple of weeks. Anyway.
Yeah, 2 or 3, something like that.
Three, I think.
3, yeah.
3 weeks. So the timing has worked out just fine, I think. We don't have any remote broadcasts coming up, so that's always a good thing for him.
You know what we should do? In like a week, we should fly up there and just knock on his door.
You know, it's not as easy as you think
I know.
it is.
Yeah. I know the area.
Yeah. All right. Joining us now, IHRA, which is the International Hot Rod Association, is the division director. His name is Doug Foley. Doug, good morning to you. Oh, gosh.
Oh,
Doug.
we're muted.
No, he's not muted. We're just not getting his voice here.
Doug, can you say something to us?
How about now?
There you are.
A little better now.
Yeah, well, he's a little bit better now.
All right. How you guys doing?
Well, God, he's kind of gargly, isn't
Yeah,
he? Isn't he,
gargly.
Mr. Mars?
Yeah, his internet. If he moves the wrong place, his internet drops.
Yeah, your internet sucks. So we're gonna put you on hold for a minute. You and Mars are gonna work out this so we could hear every stinking word you got to say. So you just hang in there, Mr. Mars will lead you through what we need to go through.
Oh, Lord. You sure you want him to do that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure about
All right.
that. So I will give you this. IHRA, they were a force back in the day, and they were the competitor to NHRA. And different rules, different regulations, different sanctioned racetracks.
Different cars.
Well, they were.
Well, yeah.
Yes. Because of the different rules, the car builders built cars to the IHRA rules as opposed to the NHRA rules. So there was this kind of a divide there. It was founded in 1971 by Larry Carrier, has since become a prominent organization for grassroots drag racing, including the IHRA Summit Super Series, a prominent bracket racing championship. In recent years, IHRA has seen ownership changes and a renewed focus on its core values of integrity and passion for the sport. And so I told you that we're talking about Larry Carrier started it in 71. And the events are different and at different racetracks. It started at Carrier's Bristol International Speedway Dragway. It says here, IHRA sanctions races across North America with a particularly strong presence in Canada, where it holds 3 national drag racing events, according to Wikipedia. Now, that'd be a fun road trip.
Yeah.
Go to Canada. Grassroots focus, IHRA has found success as a hub for grassroots drag racing with its Summit Super Series, being a notable example of its commitment to bracket racing. In recent years, IHRA has undergone ownership changes. Daryl Cattell becoming the new owner. The organization has also seen a renewed focus on free speech, equal opportunities, and a fact-based approach. reflected in its return to the X social media platform, says X.com.
I think Doug's got his internet connection hooked up right or better.
Yeah?
So I think we're good to go.
Well, I
here.
think that we'll be the judge of that.
Well, he's smiling, so I know he can hear us.
Say something good, Doug.
How about now? How's this?
Oh, my
yeah.
God. You plugged it from the TV remote into the actual internet.
Listen, technology sometimes is difficult.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's not my friend very often.
Yeah, it eludes some of us, and we believe me, we can understand. We
Welcome,
can relate.
Doug. Welcome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, so-
I've been able to hear you the whole time. So.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that because, I remember when IHRA come into existence, and NHRA was really scared because they thought, oh, gosh, what are we going to do? We've got some competition here. Well, good. Competition is good. And, I guess what divided the two, you correct me if I'm wrong, were the different rules for the different categories of cars. Because not all of the rules from one series transferred to the other. And if you wanted to race in both series, generally speaking, if you had the money, you had two cars because some of the changes that you had to make to the cars were significant back in the day.
Yeah, I think that played a part in some of it, but the IHRAs usually ran between 8 and 12 national event races, so that plays a big part in it too. Especially on the professional side. These guys that run 20 races, they're spending $3 or $4 million a year when you can come over to the IHRA, and we have this year we have 5 national events, and you cut that budget in half, if not more. So it's a little more racer friendly. It's a little bit we're geared a little more towards the working folk than just the guys that own billion-dollar corporations that can afford to come out and realistically outspend everybody else, right?
What are the top 10, top 8, however many you want to put together there, classes of cars do you have? You got nitro cars?
Oh yeah, so we'll have Top Fuel Funny Car, which we opened up our pre-entry a week ago or so, and so we have 8 car fields in both of our nitro categories, and we have more than 8 entered in each class, so we'll have full fields. We have Pro Mod, Mountain Motor Pro Stock, Pro Nitrous, Top Alcohol Dragster, Top Alcohol Funny Car. So that's probably our upper echelon of our faster cars. Anyway,
Yeah.
Anyways.
So
course.
do you kind of intermingle with the NHRA? Because I know that they do run pro mods and things, and you can see a telecast on some of their events, but not as a feature. So do you kind of intermingle with that other events?
We don't really have anything to do with. We don't have anything to do with NHRA, but the cars and the classes and the rules, they're all similar enough to where you can come over and race either sanctioning body and still not have to spend a fortune to be able to do so.
Well, one of the categories, new categories for NHRA is the mountain motor category. And, I heard you say that you've got that at IHRA as well. What is mountain motor? What exactly is that?
Oh, mountain motors are they're just big cubic inch pro stock cars, so they're still allowed to have carburetors. They have the hood scoops, but they have big motors, big horsepower, and they're going 620s at 200 and almost 30 miles an hour. So they're a little different than the 500 cubic inch pro stock cars that everybody's kind of used to seeing. But Mountain Motor Pro Stock is it was born and bred here at IHRA, so it's a class that's near and dear to us, and the interest level that we have for this class right now is surpassed our expectations coming into this year. So we're really looking forward to having those guys back.
How did you get involved with IHRA?
Well, so I grew up. My dad races Top Fuel, and he started in IHRA back in 2003. He won the Rookie of the Year back then in Top Fuel, and then he obviously has kept racing the last 20-something years. And when Larry Jeffers bought the IHRA a few years ago, he gave me a call and wanted to see if I had any interest in coming on board and helping out. And then, at the end of 24, Larry Jeffers sold it to Daryl Cuttle. Mm-hmm. And we've been rolling right along. I mean, we bought I think IHRA owns 5 racetracks now. I'm actually at one right now. We have our Night of Fire event here at National Trail Raceway in Columbus,
when
Ohio. So
when you
we're
say
if you hear burnouts in the background, that's why.
that's great, but when you say you bought the organization bought the track, you didn't just buy rights to it. I mean, you physically own the property.
Yeah, we physically own the property.
Well, NHRA's got several tracks like that as well.
Oh,
do they?
So it's a full quarter mile, right?
Yeah, National
Okay.
Trail's a full
1320.
quarter-mile facility. We also own Galot Motorsports Park down in Dunn, North Carolina. We own Killcare Raceway, Xenia, Ohio, Milan Dragway, which is in Milan, Michigan.
Milan, Michigan. Yep.
Yep. So we got quite a few tracks that have been purchased. We got quite a few more that are on the docket
On
to
the
close
block.
here.
You said you've got eight drivers or 8 cars in a class. Do they follow you around the country, or is it just 8 for this particular event, and then you've got 8 more for another part of the country?
No. So there's cars that are going to race full time with us. The Nitro cars that have committed to full time racing with the IHRA this year is Scott Palmer, Dale Creasy Jr., Jack Wyatt, Terry Haddock is coming to most of them. So we have a good. We didn't start this deal really till beginning of May, end of April, beginning of May for this year. So obviously there's been a lot of talk about it, but going out and actually doing it now, we're 2 weeks away from crowning champions at our first event.
Cool.
Since the IHRA has been bought and rebranded. The IHRA hasn't had a top fuel car race in over 15 years.
Wow.
So,
Well, now you got a full field of cars.
we have a full field of cars. There's a lot of excitement. A Top Fuel Funny car that pays $50,000 to win. It pays
Wow.
$15,000 just to qualify. So
Well, your dad, he used to race at NHRA?
yeah, he's actually up at he's at Norwalk this weekend. So,
Gotcha.
Yep, but he'll be down here. He's bringing his car out. He's got a few sponsors right here in Columbus with United Garage Door and Alloy Employer Services. So this will be a big race for him, being able to get all of his guests out here and check out the drag races.
So you've been going to drag races since you were born.
Yeah, just about. That's right.
Well, obviously it's worked out for you. You're a division director. Which division are you running?
So I've run Division 1 and 9, basically up and down the East Coast.
Yeah. And it's a full-time gig for you.
Full time as it gets.
Do you still have a full head of hair?
So far, but it's turning gray.
Turning
quickly.
grayer, and yeah, I was going to say this big chunks missing from pulling your hair
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, you know what the next step is after that?
What's that?
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Exactly. Well,
I kind of like the idea of the 8-car field.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. I mean, things are going to move pretty quick when you go to the track, and you're not going to be sitting there for 3 hours trying to get 16 cars through because one of them blew up or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, and part of it is obviously the group we have here at IHRA, we're all racers. So, Josh Peak is here, Larry Morgan.
The old Larry Morgan?
Yeah,
He's smiling.
Larry Morgan. I don't know where you want to go with that. He's one of a kind. He's done it his whole life, and we're really glad he's part of this. He was actually he's instrumental in this operation. So having all of these racers here, we kind of can pick and choose, what we want to adopt and what we don't want to adopt. And our shows are 2-day shows, Friday and Saturday. You got 2 qualifying runs Friday and then eliminations on Saturday. So that's one of the big things with the Nitro teams is, you get 4 qualifying runs and it's a 16-car field. So you have to make 8 runs to win $50,000. Over here at IHRA, our winner's purse is $50,000, but you only have to make 5 runs to get there. So
Are the rules for IHRA, are they pretty much the same as NHRA? I mean, I'm sure you got to have all the safety effects in place.
all the safety, yeah, all the rules basically are the same. I think we were trying to make it a little more racer friendly with being able to open up a few different options. There's a lot of top fuel cars in this country, and in the between the States and Canada, there's a lot of nitro cars that some of them just, there are some rules that I don't feel that are that necessary, that these teams had to park their cars because they couldn't afford to do those updates to their cars or ignition boxes or whatever the rules are, whatever that particular rule is. It gets expensive quick. A lot of fans don't know that these top fuel cars, they have to send out their valve covers every year to get recertified, their bell housings every year to get recertified, the blower restraint bags. I mean, the list goes on and on. And just to do that, you're talking thousands and thousands of dollars. So if we could, not that we're eliminating that, but that was just a kind of
An example.
Right.
Sure. Yeah.
insight.
Let me ask you a little bit about the insurance aspect of it. That you guys apparently provide significant insurance coverage for your members. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, our insurance is next level compared to, and it's not even just drag racing. I mean, any racing sanctioning body, we have surpassed all of them. So we have $1 million worth of liability insurance for each racer. So if you aren't we have accidental death dismemberment insurance. We have, if you get hurt at the racetrack, you can get paid up to 26 weeks or something like that for workers' comp. Like we're trying to make it to where we're not trying to copy anybody else. We want to set out and do our own thing and make the racers kind of see what we can. We want to do whatever we can to make it better for everybody and not just do the same old song and dance.
Gotcha.
So when is your big event at the end of the season? Where is that? When is it?
So our World Finals will be at Galop Motorsports Park, which is Dunn, North Carolina, and that's November 5th through the 8th. But our first one, our season opener, kicks off here, like I said, in just 2 weeks here at National Trail Raceway in Hebron, Ohio, which is just east of Columbus, probably about 30 miles. But that's our first one. It'll be July 9th through the 12th, and you'll be able to see a full slate of top fuel cars, funny cars, all the way through stock, super stock.
I assume that you don't have a big television contract. Can you watch the races online?
Yeah, you will be able to. The races will be live streamed. We haven't announced with who yet, but that'll be coming pretty early this week. So we're looking forward to that. And I think all the fans at home that won't be able to make it out to the races will
be online watching.
Appreciate it as well.
Just as long as it's not on Prime.
Yeah,
that's it.
It's
So
not
is
on
it
Prime.
is it
They'll do your
ihra.com,
don't worry.
Doug? Is it ihra.com?
Yep, ihra.com. You can go on there and look at the schedule, buy your tickets, and then on our Facebook page, we've been releasing some of the drivers' names that have entered for our events. So, like I said, Scott Palmer, he's entered. Krista Baldwin's coming. Dale Creasy, Jack Wyatt, Terry Haddock,
Doug Foley.
Doug Foley's going to be here too. So there's a lot of really good cars. We're really looking forward to.
Well, Doug, it's great to talk to you, and the best of luck to you. And let's stay in touch. You got something new to tell us? Hey, we'll put you on the air, and you can tell everybody.
yeah.
Right on. Well, I appreciate your time, and thanks for having me on.
Have a
betcha.
good season.
Thank you.
Yeah,
bet.
best of luck. Doug Foley, Division Director, IHRA. Just ahead, Jeff has the racing calendar. Mars has This Week in Auto History, and I'll bring you the week's auto news headlines, all coming up on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Stay with us.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lippy Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lippy Tortilla, he's pretty good. Apple or Android, In Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and jonesing for a different kind of car talk show, give In Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture and Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon, through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, and we know you love lists.
You be jonesing?
I'd be jonesing, man. I'd be jonesing. Every time that commercial comes on, I said, you know what? I should be jonesing.
You should be jonesing.
Yeah, I should
Welcome
be.
back to the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. You're invited to join our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central on InWheelTime.com, Facebook, and YouTube. We hope you check us out from our home base here at the Sugar Shack Studios. If you miss us, you'll be able to catch all the action on your favorite podcast channel. Time now for the racing calendar, sponsored by Texas Muscle Car Club Challenge.
Yeah, it's a holiday weekend coming up next weekend, so we've got some stuff cooking. IMSA is actually off this week. They'll be back in a couple of weeks, so check that out. They're going to be at Motorsports Park. Xfinity Series. Yesterday, the Xfinity ran in Atlanta. I didn't get any details and really didn't have an opportunity to watch it because I was doing other things last
Yesterday?
evening. Yeah, yesterday, the 27th. And then NASCAR, Saturday, today, they're in Atlanta. NHRA, 26th through the 29th, which is happening right now. The Summit Racing Equipment NHRA Nationals, and that's at Equipment Motorsports Park is what they're calling it. And then Formula One, not till the end of the month, but they're going to be in the Austrian Grand Prix. So check them out if you want.
Bring out your accordion and put on your lederhosen.
Lederhosen and get your stein of beer.
Speaking of lederhosen, Mr. Mars has This Week in Auto History.
Yeah, buddy. Lots of things going on this week in auto history. So starting this week in 1906, it was the first French Grand Prix. Now, this was organized by the Automobile Club de France.
Ooh la la.
And it was the first official motor racing Grand Prix, which set the stage or the precedent for the modern Formula One racing. Now, also this week, coming up in 1956, the last true Packard rolls off the assembly line.
Man, it looked
now, you
good.
say that because it happened at Detroit's Conner Avenue plant. It came off, but there were some Packards that were made and rebadged as Studebakers after that. But this is when the last true Packard came off the line. Also in 1957, Illinois enacted the first U.S. seatbelt law. Now, this became, originally compliance was kind of low. Nobody really kind of cared about it, but they really started pressing on it. And now it's mandated across the whole country. Then, in 1966, the U.S. Senate passes the landmark auto safety bill. Now, if you'll recall back, Ralph Nader, produced in 1965, came out with his book, Unsafe at Any Speed. And this mandated the law, which led to this law, which mandated dashboard, seatbelts, and crash testing, and actually reorganized and revolutionized car safety. Then, in 2001, the first installment of Fast and Furious premiered in U.S. theaters. Now, this is, for some reason, this thing took off about underground street racing, heavily modified cars like the Mazda RX-7 and the Dodge Charger.
I never saw that movie.
You never saw it?
Never saw it. No.
You don't get out much, do you?
No.
Well, it
Not at all.
didn't interest me.
That's the first one. If you're going to watch any of them, that's the one to watch.
I was
Okay,
busy
well.
that day.
Also, in 2001, the last Plymouth rolls off the line. Now, this is Chrysler's long-standing marquee, and it ceased production, and the final model was a silver neon coming off the assembly line. And it marked the end of Chrysler, which started in 1928. This week.
Not the end of Chrysler, or the end of Plymouth.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Into Chrysler.
Chrysler.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It says Chrysler consolidated
I
their
thought
marketing
Dodge had the
strategy.
neon. Chrysler had the, was it Dodge? Chrysler
No,
neon?
Plymouth
Was it Dodge?
neon.
Plymouth neon, okay.
Yeah.
I was confused because I know that they were small cars.
Well, we got to blow the dust off of these things, so we can bring them out.
I live confused.
Dazed and confused.
There you go.
Okay, news headlines.
Yesterday after dinner, endazement. Is it a word, endazement?
It is not. Tesla Incorporated self-driving taxi appeared to violate traffic laws during the company's first day offering paid rides with one customer capturing footage of a left turn gone wrong and others traveling in cars that exceeded posted speed limits. Yeah! National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is aware of those incidents and is in contact with the company to gather additional information. In a video taken by Rob Maurer, an investor who used to host a Tesla podcast, the Model Y he is riding in enters an Austin intersection in a left turn only lane. The Tesla hesitates to make the turn, swerves right, and proceeds into an unoccupied lane meant for traffic moving in the opposite direction.
Nice. Nice.
And it was 14 years old, and you did the math. A honking horn can be heard as the Tesla re-enters the correct lane over a double yellow line, which drivers aren't supposed to cross. In two other posts on X, initial riders in driverless Model Ys shared footage of Tesla speeding. A vehicle carrying Sawyer Merritt, a Tesla investor, reached 35 miles an hour shortly after passing a 30-mile-an-hour speed limit sign. Well, I guess they got a little work to do. Representatives for Tesla and the Austin Police Department didn't immediately respond to requests for comment on the videos. The automaker recalled more than 362,000 vehicles in February of 2023 after NHTSA said its driver assistance system may allow cars to infringe on local traffic laws. A spokesperson for the city of Austin said it didn't receive any safety incident reports regarding Tesla's robo-taxis over the weekend.
That's because people were too scared.
Well, either that or they closed down the particular part of Austin that these things were going around in circles in. I don't know.
So it crosses double stripes, speeding.
All that.
And honking.
And you hear horns from the other people.
Ford Motor is recalling the majority of its salaried workforce back to the office 4 days a week. Employee automaker's latest effort to boost employee and company performance. Spokesperson said the new policy affects the majority of its global salaried workforce, but declined to provide a specific number. Ford notified employees June 25th, takes effect September 1st. Businesses around the world have grappled with how much flexibility to allow workers since the 2020 coronavirus pandemic. Some, such as J.P. Morgan and Amazon, have mandated that hybrid workers return 5 days a week. Everybody back to work. All right. We'd love to hear from you. Shoot us an email. The address is info@nwheeltime.com. And we will continue and say goodbye after these brief messages.
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, the Odyssey Radio app, YouTube, Facebook, and just about every other entertainment source out there, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including Jeff's Car Culture, the latest new cars, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's InWheelTime.com. Join us.
Well, that's all for this week's In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Be sure and check us out online at InWheelTime.com. We're always looking for new, informative, and fun automotive things to bring to our global audience. If you have an idea, event, or a road trip destination you'd like for us to feature, let us know. Our email address is info@InWheelTime.com. When you're looking for award-winning car talk, you can find the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show 24/7 on the In Wheel Time app. When you're on the road this summer, grab a podcast from your favorite podcast provider, including the new SiriusXM podcast channel and Odyssey Radio's app. We video stream our live show every Saturday, 10 to noon on Facebook, YouTube, and InRealTime.com. The In Real Time video technical director is We Always Need More Jeff Zekin. The booking agent, video editor, people finder, and do-all, Mike Out of This World Mars. Chief engineer, David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Be safe out there. Stay cool. Have a great and safe 4th of July week.
Absolutely.
From all of us here at the In Real Time Car Talk Show. We'll see you soon.
That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.
From Studio A in the much ballyhooed Texas Sugar Shack.
Yep.
This is the award-winning In Real Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, Courtney Enders, now officially part of NHRA TV. We'll also give you my thoughts on driving the 2025 Chevy Silverado EV. And Jeff has the Motor Minute coming up on the In Real Time Car Talk Show. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. So glad that you could join us on this rainy Saturday here in Texas.
It is.
Temperature's about to hit 70 degrees, and then later this week it's supposed to go down back into the 20s again. Oh, my God. It's kind of like being in Canada.
Oh, really?
Courtney Enders joins us from Canada. Where exactly? Where are you from? Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't started talking like that yet, y'all. I'm in a small town called Stratford in Ontario, just about an hour away from Toronto.
Oh, okay. Very good. Well, I hope that you're having a good time up there. I understand it's a weekend off for you, and that's a rare thing.
It is, and it's a snow day, which is also a rare thing. I went like 14 years of my life without seeing snow, and now there's probably 2 feet outside. So,
there you go.
Indoor cat.
Yeah, I was just going to say, well, I'm glad that you're indoors. I lived with that for the first 11 years of my life in Wisconsin. And I'll tell you what, and Jeff is from Detroit. So we know all about the snow thing. We're glad that we're 70 degrees and raining in Houston, Texas today. Anyway.
I miss it.
Well, so, hey, congratulations on your new appointment at NHRA TV.
Yeah, thanks. It's still very weird. It's been a whirlwind of a couple of weeks here, really a couple of months with the Pro Superstar Shootout, and then it almost just doesn't feel quite real yet. I saw my name on the poster they posted the other day, and I said, well, by God, they went through with it.
Yes, apparently they did, because I got the press release right here in my hand, and I thought, wait, there's Courtney down there. Enders will be contributing to live in both the Mission Foods and Lucas Oil Drag Racing Series during the upcoming season. I go, I know her, yay! And, the other thing that really kind of excites me, Dave Freiberger is going to be on there with you, along with Jordan Vandergriff, others. And I guess that you'll be doing some interviews with your sister. That'll be kind of weird.
Yeah, I've gotten used to that. I know we're going to talk about Flo here in a minute, but I used to be so nervous to interview her. I could interview Greg Anderson. I could interview John Force. Like, everything was normal. But when Erica got in front of me, I just thought we were going to turn into 10-year-olds, and she was going to take the microphone and be like, you don't know what you're doing. She didn't.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm so excited. It's kind of like a brand new job for me, too, because I get to keep track of you. And since you're the only one that I can call on the telephone and, or Mike Mars and get you lined up to talk to us, we think that's wonderful.
Well, now we've got another Enders to follow.
Yes, we do.
We follow Erica all the time.
Yeah.
Now we've got Courtney.
I used to follow Greg Enders, but, he's too hard to keep up with, as you well know, since that's Dad.
And then there was that stalking incident.
There was that. All right, so congratulations on that. And I assume that you're going to be. Where are you going to go to Florida?
So I am. Next couple weeks is crazy. I've got this weekend off. And then I head Thursday to Gainesville. We're going to go test. My boyfriend Spencer Hyde just got a ride with Jim Head Racing. So he will be taking over the funny car duties there. So we go license there. I'm just going for fun, moral support, all the things. Come back home for a couple of days. Get my mom set up here to watch my dog. And then I head to the World Series of Pro Mod in Bradenton and head right over to Gainesville from there. So the last 2.5 months, I've basically lived in Bradenton and Gainesville, Florida. But so yeah, about Wednesday, it's go time.
I'm so excited. And I know you are too, even though that you've been doing the drag racing thing pretty much all of your life, because I know that you started off under your dad's tutelage with junior dragsters along with your sister. And there's a movie about both the sisters called fill in the blank.
Right on track.
Right on track. The Disney movie, the very successful Disney movie, seen by millions and millions, especially girls. And that was that 90s? That was the 90s, wasn't it?
I just said off air I was catching you. You're making me catch you faster. It was early 2000s, but close. No, it came out in 2003. We filmed it in 01.
Yeah.
Came out in 03. And then last summer, Flow Racing released a 20 years later documentary called Speed Queens. And you can actually see that on Flow Racing, which it's in front of the paywall as well. So don't have to have a membership. And it is very different than Disney. Here's Disney, here's Speed Queens. They use the bleeper button a little bit.
Okay. Well,
it's a grown-up version.
How come I didn't know about that?
I don't know, Ray. I don't know.
So, a lot of people, a lot of people don't know about Ray. It's my
alter ego.
Alter ego.
Yeah, and more. Matter of fact, I reminded my good friend where that all came from, Steve Parrott with Nissan. I saw him at the Houston Auto Show preview that we had a couple of weeks ago. And I said, hey, how's it going? He said, fine, Ray. How are you? Because it was him that I dogged on a phone call to get some information about a Nissan product. And he'd never answered the phone. So I just went into my Ray.
Old Ray.
Yeah, the old Ray thing. And really took him into another world that he didn't know what to do with. And so
he's still getting treatment for that.
He is. Yes, he is. But anyway, great guy, but it started off a whole different world. At my funeral, I'll be Ray Armstrong. Anyway, so let's talk about Flow Racing. And I've seen you doing bits and pieces that were posted on Facebook and other sources of website stuff. What is Flow Racing?
So Flow Racing is a live streaming company. It's actually Flow Sports. They do everything from actually was watching my buddy was at a baseball game in Dallas last night, and it was a collegiate game streamed on Flow. So they do wrestling, they do cheerleading, which is varsity TV, huge. They do marching band competitions, jiu-jitsu, like I said, hoops, baseball. Racing is a huge part of it. Racing and wrestling and cheerleading are probably the biggest parts, but Flow Sports has about 500 employees, and then you get down to Flow Racing, big in late model, big in dirt. They do some NASCAR off TV stuff, just kind of like NHRA TV style. And then about 5 years ago, they bought Speed Video, which was the live streaming company for drag racing. They were doing a lot of that, and we acquired the PDRA, the NMCA, some TX2K stuff, and kind of morphed it over into the way that Flow Racing usually does stuff. If you're a big dirt guy, you've heard of it. But now, over the past few years, we've been concentrating a lot on the content side as well. So we live stream drag races, but also when they hired me full-time 3 years ago, we created the content department. So I handle everything that goes on the website that has to do with Flow Drag Racing. We've got our own Flow Drag Racing social handles now. We don't have to hide under the big boys because there's thousands of late model and dirt races on Flow, and there's maybe 30 to 40 drag races. So they gave us our own little subsidiary, and we're just kind of rolling. And now we've got the pro race, we've got PDRA, we've got maybe trying to do some NHRA stuff here in the future, but live streaming is definitely where everything's moving to.
Are you still going to continue working for Flo and do NHRA TV?
Oh yeah. Flow is my home. Flow is made this very clear with Evan and the boys at NHRA when I aggressively called them. I've been knocking on their door for 3 or 4 years, and I don't think that they took me too seriously until we started doing the Pro Superstar Shootout a couple of years ago and putting out these content pieces, Shop Tour with John Force, Antron Brown, Ron Capps, doing some stuff with Erica, Dallas Glenn, Greg Anderson. We did a ton of content pieces, long form, that go on the stream, but also on the website. And I just kept knocking. And with the unfortunate moving on of Alan Reinhart, going back to IHRA, I knew with his blessing, I knew there would be some holes there and that they were going to be rejuvenating what they're doing. And I sent a pretty bold email and got a nice phone call the next day and kind of figured it out. But yeah, Flow is my priority. I work there full time. I still work with Elite. I help with team management stuff. We've hired PR reps, content people to do what I used to do there, but still help very heavily on the sponsor and team management side. And then I'll be doing some announcing. Don't really know what all of the NHRA stuff's going to entail. We're going to see what my balance is in Gainesville, but I know it will be Pro Mod heavy. Al Tucci's going to be in the booth for Pro Mod, and I've worked with the Pro Mod series for the last 6-7 years. So I'll be up there doing that, doing some sportsman stuff, and try and get in where I fit in with the boys and girls on the starting line and top end. And if anybody knows me, I'll be knocking on everyone's door.
I love that. Yes. Well, we're your biggest fans, and we're so excited for you on this venture that you've got going. So now I want to turn our attention to a couple of things. I've heard a lot of rumblings about Freeman and the Elite Motorsports boys getting into Top Fuel. Is that true?
Well, here's the short and true version. Richard Freeman, you've met him, Don.
Yes.
Is the world's most interesting man, right? Like, you can't predict this guy from anything. So
Exactly.
We talk about things, and he's always, what's next? Let's grow, let's change. There's some things in the Top Fuel class he would like to help. Parts cost regulation, safety. He's a big part of the pro organization, and kind of had some words about maybe trying to get involved in there. He's very in touch with Tony Stewart and the Johnson's Horsepower Garage team, and Erica just kind of trying something different. Well, it was very early in conversations. Weren't sure what the Capco boys were going to do, anything like that. And on a podcast on the 4th of July, when I was supposed to be off, Richard Freeman announced that he wanted to go Top Fuel racing. Became just a storm of nonsense. I get phone calls. I have to get out of the pool. I've had a couple mimosas. I'm like, now I have to write a press release. Now I have to go to work. And the intention was to try and put something together, but we were nowhere near announcing. And that's a Richard Freeman MO. And cars are on back order like crazy. The NHRA still has a rule where you can't race 2 professional categories. So we've been doing work behind the scenes, timing, getting Erica out of the car, putting a stopwatch on me, get on a scooter, go get her, change her fire suit, bring her back. How long does that take to try and prove that with TV we could do it? Nothing's really moved yet. Cars are a year or so on order, so nothing's happening yet, but Richard Freeman has always got his hand on the go button to make a move, so we'll see.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not gonna hold my breath on all of that, but I thought
I will say Erica will never not race pro stock in order to do that. So as long as things are in order the way they are at the NHRA, she will not give pro stock up. That's
because they're going to have to change the rules.
They are.
Yeah, and from my experience with NHRA that goes back a long way, I will tell you that changing the rules for something like that, it's like pulling eye teeth, as my mother used to say. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it is, and we've gotten somewhere on it, but we'll see. And Erica's been running the same class for so long; she's won 6 championships and is by no means bored. But as you know her well. That girl needs a carrot, and
yes,
something new. She's been running the Pro Mod car in the Winter Series, and I think for now that's filled that void.
Well, and on the same subject of Erica, last season wasn't all that great for her, although she did finish in the top 10. But we're all used to her being right up there, challenging for the number 1 spot and winning 6 championships. Mm-hmm. So what does this season look like?
Well, last season, I'll be raw and vulnerable with you guys. Mark Ingersoll, our main crew chief, we share crew chiefs at Elite Motorsports. There's 9 cars, 5 crew chiefs, and we share. Mark Ingersoll had a double lung transplant middle of the year last year. Saved his life. He's going to be okay, but he still can't travel for another year. And we would be crazy to say that losing our main chess piece didn't affect things. We were great. Chase Freeman picked up, Tim Freeman, everybody. But Mark's been a part of our program for 10 years, and he's a big personal pillar for Erica out there physically on the racetrack. And so dealing with that was a bit tough. We still had the opportunity to win the championship with Aaron, and maybe could have and should have, but didn't. It's the way it goes. But we've got some more stuff going on this year. Mark's still not out. Jake Harrison, another crew chief of ours, has got some stuff going on that he's getting treatment for. So it's going to be tough. We've had a pretty flawless storybook situation with Elite the last 10, 11 years.
Yep.
And we've got some uphill battles to fight this year, but the team has come together. We showed it at the pro race this past weekend that through the shifts and everything that we're still the top notch there. And so I think Erica's a lot better this year mentally. Again, she finished 4th. Nothing, I tell her all the time, you won the Mission Foods Too Fast, Too Tasty shootout championship. You finished 4th. Like, just because you only won one race. It's been a long time since she only won one race, but it was Gainesville, which we'd never won before. So that was cool. But it just says a lot about your career when you finish 4th and do so well that you're wildly disappointed. But to say that she's not pissed off and hungry is an understatement. So that's a scary Erica. And that's an Erica I'm excited to watch.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I will tell you, finishing 4th out of 18 slots, that ain't bad, sister, as you know. Yeah, exactly. I mean, heck, that's pretty good. Some people don't even make it out of one season and make it to the 18th slot.
But she's finished first 6 times.
Yeah. So there's all of that.
She does them in twos. It's so weird. She always does them in twos. And I said, it's your 3rd. It's not your time. You got to give somebody else a minute and then go back.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's great to talk to you, and we sure appreciate you taking the time of your Saturday off
In Canada.
In Canada,
Yeah.
to talk to us. And don't go take up hockey sticks and pucks and get on the ice this weekend.
Wait. Snow machine racing. Snowmobile
Oh,
racing.
yeah.
You need to get into that.
No,
Y'all don't have anything to worry about with me getting involved in any winter activity.
okay, good. Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm thinking somewhere in Aruba.
Yeah, the only
winter
ice
time.
is in her drinks.
Yeah.
Well, you go sand drag racing there.
Yeah. We love you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for thinking of me.
Well, always. And you take care and call us anytime. We'll have you on.
All right, y'all too. I appreciate it. Have a good weekend.
Thanks,
You
honey. You
too. Bye-bye.
Erica's sister, Courtney Enders, NHRA TV now. So,
She's
yay.
moving, man. She's got a presence out there.
Yes, she does.
A mover and a shaker,
To say the least.
to say the least. All right, just ahead, a review of the Chevy Silverado EV and Jeff's Motor Minute after this quick break.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com.
Come along with us on the upcoming Hot Rod Tour of Texas, April 24th through the 27th, beginning in Victoria. We have links to their info and their site on inwheeltime.com. We do have that, don't we?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, last Saturday he said he was going to, by the time Super Bowl ended, it would be on.
And it was.
InWheelTime.com and InWheelTime Facebook page, all that info. And links to get to Hot Rod Tour of Texas is on there. Time now for the Motor Minute. Mr. Jeffrey has that.
Yep, here we go. Speaking of NHRA, Angel Sampei is going to a closed canopy for the NHRA Top Alcohol Ride for 2025. She's a 3-time NHRA Pro Stock Motorcycle Champion and a 47-time event winner. I did not know that. But she's going closed canopy. She's going to do that for next year and then get into the top fuel dragster position. Another thing we have for the Motor Minute are blue bonnets are coming out. So if you're going to take a blue bonnet cruise, take your significant other, go to the hill country, go to where they're blooming, and that would be a lot of fun.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yep.
When is that?
Well, they're starting to bloom now, so they're going to get things going for
generally March,
cruises,
the end of February through
end
March.
of March, April. Yeah, so that's all blooming out. And I know everyone's wanting to hear this. There's 313 days until Christmas.
Yeehaw.
Oh, dear God.
Counting down.
Great. Well, that's great to know.
Buy me something nice.
Not.
Grandpa, you got to keep up with these things.
Yep, you
That's
do.
Pawpaw.
Pawpaw, you got to keep up with these things.
All right, time now for this hour's car review. The 2025 Chevrolet Silverado EV. Final assembly location, Detroit Hamtramck Assembly, which has also been renamed Factory Zero. Did you know that?
No.
Well, now you do. Available trim levels, LT Extended Range, RST Extended Range, and RST Max Range. I don't know what the difference is between the Extended and the Max, but I had the half-ton standard pickup truck, and it was the LT Extended Range. Seats, including the driver, 5. All new in 2024. No changes really this year. Closed nose with slit lighting. It's attractive.
Yeah.
It looks pretty darn good, if you ask me. Sail panel at the cab rear reminds one and all that this must have some sort of avalanche
Theme.
Yeah. And more so is the actual panel that goes between the cab and the trunk. And that
The rear window area.
the rear window, that whole panel back there, including the rear window, comes out.
Oh, wow.
And you can extend the bed up to 10 feet, 10 inches.
Wow.
So it's unique, and I think it's a good deal. Big, oversized, squared off wheel openings, typical of Chevy, black plastic wheel opening trim, and black bumper. Okay. What I like, the overall look is very good. Multi-tailgate and step bumper is also great. And that multi-function tailgate, it actually helps with the load, especially when you've got that mid-gate open, so you can put your, what did they put in there, a Fiat when the Avalanche came out? Remember that?
remember that. They put something in there.
Yeah. Anyway, inside, the interior highlights, a very layered look, instrument cluster and infotainment screens. They work together nicely, and it's a nice-looking look. So in other words, the instrument cluster is in front of the infotainment screen, but they're right there together, runs across the dash. You can see it in that picture right there. Controls, easy to use with intuitive placement. Avalanche multifunction midgate extends the bed viability, usability to almost 11 feet. Quiet inside this cab. Cargo trunk room, well, the frunk is a bonus, and I cannot remember that it's up there. Because I'm driving a pickup truck. Who remembers that there's a trunk up front?
Exactly.
Did you open it?
I did.
How did you close it?
I had to pull the hook down to make it come down.
Couldn't find a button any place to make it come
What
down.
is wrong with that?
If you go inside and push the button inside the cab again, it'll come down.
I know, but
It's like a tailgate, but in front.
And
Yeah, but there's no push button to bring it down.
I don't understand that, but maybe Jack Nerad knows something
He
that
probably
we
does.
He's shaking his head.
What I liked about it, the multifunction center console is outstanding. And I say multifunction because it is. It's got slides in it. The door opens up. It's got the phone charger. All the good stuff is inside there. What could use improvement? Seating is a little firm for my old body.
Mm-hmm. It's firm in the back there, too.
Yeah. Drivetrain. Well, obviously, it's an electric. So it's a direct drive, no transmission, 10,000-pound tow rating, haul rating 1,500 pounds. But just remember,
It's a lot of donkeys.
it's electric, and you're going to suck up all of that charge if you put like a big trailer back there and a big load of gravel in the back. It's going to use it up pretty quickly. Mm-hmm. It's advertised up to 484 miles on a single charge. That's a lot. But from my experience, you're going to have to feather the throttle at about 45 miles an hour all the way up to Dallas and back to get that 484 miles. I traveled 404.8 miles, and I got 2 miles per kilowatt hour. I don't know what the hell that means.
I don't either.
Do you know that? Do you know what that means, Mark?
There's a conversion tool that you can use?
No, I'm not going to use a conversion tool.
Okay.
You used the conversion tool.
I did.
Did you?
You did.
Good for you. I'm happy for you. I'll tell you what, my electricity bill should go up. What did you say?
Happy, happy, happy.
What I liked about it, plenty of power, and it's quiet. What could use improvement? Charging infrastructure that has nothing to do with this vehicle or any electric car other than the fact that you can't find a damn place to plug it in. That's a problem. Mm-hmm. Still, I went up there to the Whole Foods EVgo fast charging station. I'm sorry, it's out of order. It's been out of order for over a year.
It's never been in order.
Ride and handling, smooth, but it feels really heavy to drive. Base trim price, $73,100. Prices tested on this Chevy, $83,090. Base model price, $73,100. Competitors, the Ford F-150 Lightning, the Rivian R1T, and the GMC Sierra. And, you know, the fancier you get, the more it's going to cost you, just like everything else.
So would Tesla be in that comparison or not? In a way,
well,
further down the line?
That's what they say, but I'm sorry, I don't see it.
Gotcha.
You have to decide for yourself.
Understood.
If you want an electric truck, which I don't particularly understand the thought process behind that, other than the fact that bragging rights, hey, I got an electric truck.
Saving the planet.
Yeah. Then I don't quite understand it all, but that is what it is. That's my review of the 25 Chevy Silverado EV. I will ask you, if you're going to go out and look at trucks, look at this. It's worth a shot. Mm-hmm. It's a good-looking truck.
It's a nice truck. Yeah, it is.
Very much so. All right. If you'd like to get in touch with us, shoot us an email. The address here is info@inwheeltime.com. We'll be back after this quick break.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. The award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, the Odyssey radio app, YouTube, Facebook, and just about every other entertainment source out there, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including Jeff's Car Culture, the latest new cars, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's InWheelTime.com. Join us. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.